Dream Destiny destinations. Explore the world beyond borders. Discover history, nature, and unforgettable journeys.
The Philippines is more than a collection of islands. It's a tapestry of over 7,600 unique stories woven together by land, sea, and history. Each island, cove, and mountain holds a chapter in a narrative stretching back millennia. Ancient trade, colonial legacies, and vibrant traditions have converged here, creating a culture of remarkable depth. The sea, both barrier and bridge, has shaped a nation where diversity thrives, yet a shared spirit endures. Isolation fostered unique dialects and customs, while the ocean connected distant communities, fueling exchange and migration. This balance between separation and connection defines the Filipino character and its environment. The archipelago's biodiversity mirrors its cultural richness. Many species, like the tarsier and Philippine eagle, exist nowhere else. Local communities have long lived in harmony with nature, their traditions deeply rooted in the land and sea. Over 170 languages, a blend of spiritual beliefs and landscapes ranging from bustling cities to ancient terraces form a living mosaic. To understand the Philippines is to embrace its complexity, a nation of many worlds, bound by a resilient sense of self. How does such diversity unite into a single national identity? The Philippines is shaped by three main island groups: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, each with its own character. Luzon, the largest, is the political and economic heart, home to Manila and dramatic landscapes from rice terraces to wild coastlines. The Visayas, a cluster of islands at the archipelago's center, are famed for white sand beaches, vibrant reefs, and a culture shaped by the sea. Ferries connect bustling cities like Cebu and Bohol to tranquil islands, sustaining commerce and community. Mindanao, the land of promise, boasts fertile volcanic soil, Mount Apo, and a tapestry of indigenous and Muslim cultures. Its history of sultanates and resistance to colonial rule gives it a distinct identity, deeply connected to the wider Malay world. Despite their differences, these regions are united by a national language, shared education, and a collective sense of belonging. The waters that separate them also unite them, carrying stories, goods, and aspirations across the archipelago. The structure of these islands is not just geography, it's the foundation of the nation's story. How does a country built on such diversity chart a unified future? Long before Europeans arrived, the Philippines was a crossroads of Asian maritime trade, with sophisticated societies linked to China, India, and the Malay world. Barangay boats carried goods and ideas, while the Laguna copperplate inscription reveals a complex society as early as 900 AD. Spanish colonization in the 16th century unified the islands, introduced Catholicism, and left enduring architectural and cultural marks. The galleon trade connected Manila to Mexico, making the Philippines a key player in global commerce. Centuries of resistance to colonial rule planted the seeds of national identity. American rule brought public education, English, and new institutions, adding another layer to Filipino identity. Independence in 1946 marked the start of nation building, blending indigenous, Chinese, Spanish, and American influences. Today, the Philippines is a synthesis of these histories, visible in its language, religion, and social fabric. Its identity is not a single thread, but a rich tapestry of adaptation and resilience. How does a nation with such a layered past define itself in the modern world? Filipino culture is a vibrant blend of history, language, and community spirit. Over 170 languages are spoken, yet multilingualism bridges regions and connects Filipinos to the world. English and Filipino are official, making the country a global player in communication and business. Catholicism shapes daily life, visible in grand churches and lively fiestas that blend faith with pre-colonial traditions. Muslim and indigenous beliefs thrive, especially in Mindanao, adding to the nation's spiritual diversity. Core values like bayanihan, communal unity, and hospitality define social life, with family at the center. Filipinos adapt foreign influences with ease, creating a culture that is both rooted and open. This flexibility and warmth make the Philippines welcoming to visitors and influential abroad. How does a culture so focused on community also thrive in a globalized world? The Philippine economy is rapidly evolving, driven by a booming services sector, especially business process outsourcing. A young English-speaking workforce has made the country a global hub for customer service and IT, fueling urban growth and opportunity. Agriculture remains vital, producing rice, coconuts, and bananas, but faces challenges from climate change and modernization. Tourism draws millions to the archipelago's natural wonders but demands careful stewardship to protect fragile ecosystems. With over 117 million people, the nation's youthful population is both a resource and a challenge, straining infrastructure and services. Cities like Manila and Cebu are expanding as people seek new opportunities. The balance between growth, sustainability, and equity is the nation's central economic challenge. How can the Philippines ensure prosperity for all while protecting its heritage and environment? Philippine cities are living museums, where history and modernity coexist. Intramuros in Manila preserves Spanish colonial heritage, while business districts like Bonifacio Global City showcase ambition and global connection. Modern architecture blends with tradition, especially in eco-friendly developments in places like Palawan. Local materials and sustainable design reflect a growing commitment to harmony with nature. From Spanish plazas to indigenous highland homes and Mindanao's mosques, architecture tells the story of cultural multiplicity. The built environment is a chronicle of the nation's journey, from ancient settlements to global hubs. The challenge building for the future while honoring the past. How can the Philippines preserve its heritage as it grows? The Philippines is a land of natural marvels, shaped by unique geology and biodiversity. The Puerto Princesa subterranean river in Palawan, a UNESCO site, reveals ancient worlds beneath limestone karsts. Bohol's chocolate hills, over 1,000 conical mounds, create a surreal landscape, shaped by time and legend. The archipelago shelters rare wildlife, like the tiny tarsier and the majestic Philippine eagle, symbols of its fragile ecosystems. The country is a global biodiversity hotspot, home to countless species found nowhere else. Conservation is urgent, as natural wealth is both a source of pride and responsibility. English proficiency makes the Philippines uniquely accessible for ecotourism and research. Here, visitors can explore coral reefs, rainforests, and mountains, guided by local expertise. The nation's natural wonders invite discovery, but also demand stewardship. What is our responsibility to protect these treasures for future generations? The true wealth of the Philippines lies in the resilience and warmth of its people. Centuries of adversity have forged a spirit of optimism and creativity, seen in communities rebuilding after storms and in everyday acts of kindness. Festivals, music, and laughter are woven into daily life, turning challenges into opportunities for joy and connection. The global Filipino diaspora, millions strong, carries these values worldwide, building communities, excelling in diverse fields, and supporting families back home. Overseas Filipinos are cultural ambassadors, linking the nation to the world and contributing through remittances and talent. Hospitality is a national hallmark. Visitors are welcomed as family, reflecting a deep belief in human connection. This openness is rooted in a history of cultural exchange and a collective sense of belonging. The Filipino spirit is defined by resilience, community, and a joyful embrace of life. It is an enduring invitation to connect, learn, and celebrate together. What can the world learn from a culture that finds strength in unity and welcome? How does this spirit shape the nation's future? Our journey through the Philippines reveals a nation of contrasts, diverse, resilient, and ever-evolving. Its geography, history, and culture form a living story, written daily by over 117 million people. The challenge is to balance progress with preservation, unity with diversity, and tradition with innovation. The Philippines is not just a destination, but an experience, where landscapes, stories, and hospitality invite deeper connection. Here, visitors find lessons in adaptation, synthesis, and the enduring power of community. The archipelago extends a standing invitation. Come, discover, and be part of its unfolding story. What new chapters will you help write in this vibrant nation?
Thank you for traveling with Dream Destiny Destinations. Subscribe, and let the next adventure begin. See you in the next journey.